Okay, y'all, I'm just going to do it, okay? I'm just going to do it. We're going to talk about the season nobody wants to talk about, the season that should actually no longer be named after we finish the second reunion next week. If you guys are new here, my name is Ashley, and this is My Sweet Perspective, where I give my take on all things TV and movie related, honey. And I just wanted to give all the people who quit Married at First Sight, season 17, I want to give a recap, right, of all the couples, their journeys start to finish. This won't be long because, as we found out in the reunion, honey, it was a scam. It was a scam. It was a pact. It was a side agreement between all the couples. So we can't trust nothing we saw. So this won't be long at all. Let's start out with Austin and Becca. This was the couple that I thought was going to do it, right? He was, seemingly a good guy, a Christian guy, whatever. We saw Becca. She was agnostic, but she liked Austin a lot. She was sex positive, but she had some health issues going on, right? We saw their journey completely devolve, all right, from one of the couples we thought could make it to these people don't even want to see each other, okay? The issue with them, he didn't want to get Bucky naked with her, okay? She wanted the dizzle regularly. She wanted it, period. He never gave it to her. Throughout the 8 weeks, they end up saying yes on decision day, but the next day he lies to her about an outing he has with Brennan and one of the female producers. Now, this producer apparently, according to Becca, caused a wedge in their relationship the entire season. And that's one of the major reasons why they can't be together, okay? She felt rejected by him. She said she tried to create intimate moments that didn't include the smecks, okay? She tried to get in the shower with him with the bathing suits on. She tried to rub up on him, and he was like, horny girl, back up, okay? He was not feeling it. She says going forward in her next relationship, she needs a man who's gonna make her a priority, a man who doesn't lie, and a man who wants her. I mean, she's not asking for too much. The only issue, honestly, I have with Austin is that he lied. In the reunion, he says to her, I was attracted to you, but I'm not now. Let's be honest, guy, you weren't ever attracted to her. I mean, the only thing I can think of, you guys, like I said, it's either a micropene, ED, something he didn't want to be embarrassed by, because we know Becca would air him out. Okay, that's enough for that couple. It's a no-go. She don't want to talk to him. She don't want to be his friend, because we know it's men against women. Next, let's talk about Clare and Cameron, who apparently were the masterminds of this whole thing. Now, initially, we can go back to my first review of this season. Clare didn't want Cameron. From the wedding day, she didn't want him. That was not the man that she wanted, okay? He says she was what he wanted, though. She says he told her that he wanted a European slender woman, and she felt in her heart that that was not her description. And so she immediately knew this wasn't going to work. So they decide to start the pack. They were the masterminds, the master manipulators. And I believe it was a joint effort. I don't believe it's what she said, that she was the puppet and he was the puppet master. Y'all came up with this together as early as the honeymoon. Cameron says that Clare was screwing her man, because she had a man when she came on the show, and that she cried the second night of the honeymoon because she was still in love with him. Cameron says Clare never wanted him. He's telling the truth there. Clare says she wanted him the first day but didn't want him after that. That's a lie. It's hard to say, guys, but I know that they are both lying about this process. We know throughout the process, they decided pretty early on that they were just going to make it amicable. They made it about religion, which we find out in the reunion was preordained and pre-constructed. That's a scam they came up with. That was part of the pact. And let me just clarify this. The pact was all about making it so everyone came out smelling like roses, even though they were all matched with people that they really didn't want. And all the couples assigned on to that, maybe excluding Orion and Lauren because theirs was just over so early. I don't think it was a thing, but the rest of them, honey, it was what it was, okay? She had said that he told her that her booty was too big, and if they got busy, he could never finish. He said that she told him that he was not her type. She wanted a black man, honey. That was the That was all of that. He ends up having a heart condition eventually in the season. And throughout the season, she makes us believe that she's compassionate. She wanted to go see him. I didn't believe it. He says she tried 5 times or called 5 times, but canceled on him those 5 times to see him. And eventually he was like, don't bother. He sat up there though on this reunion after dogging her out, talking about how she gaslit him, all the things, and said he wanted to give it another try. The lies and deception. Now Kim is out here trying to silence his exes on these here internet, sending fake cease and desist, honey. It's a mess. Let's go on to Emily and Brennan. Emily has finally found her voice now. They met seemingly both into each other, but we know Emily had never had a relationship prior to Brennan. Yeah, never a real relationship. In this marriage was her first. Brennan immediately in the honeymoon at some point, and I still feel like Emily overshared some things. It had to be the Casamigos. It had to be the multiple one-night stands, something. But he was completely turned off. And he says, I tried to protect you throughout the season by not exposing you. But apparently on the next part of the reunion, we're going to get the expose. Again, he showed he did not want her. They were another couple, never got busy. Honey, only one of the couples ever got busy this season out of all of them, and they were not one of them. He did not want Emily. Emily, towards the end of the season, finally stands up, honey, because Brennan is going out on double dates. He's trying to hook up with her friends. He's doing the most. And apparently Emily cheated on him with an Australian man in a club that she kissed. And now she all of a sudden has a voice, and she's angry, and she's talking for everybody and about everybody. And again, I do feel like Clare is the mastermind manipulator behind the women and their aggression and emotion. Just gonna sit it there. We also know Emily had a lot of injuries this season. She busted her head open to the white meat, broke her arm. I mean, a number of things. And let Clare tell it, Brennan wasn't really there for her either. It's a mess. Their part of the reunion will be up next week. Let's talk Lauren and Orion, honey. Lauren came out in the reunion last night and said Orion only did this to give his people and himself a platform. It was not about a woman. It was not about a wife, which was the reason why he was so quick to walk away. We saw their journey. It started, it failed in 2 days because she laughed about a statement he made about a slur. Okay. He faked and acted like he wanted to recoup the relationship several times, but he didn't really want to. Lauren tried for a long time, but finally she gave up and started reading Orion the Riot Act because he's fake. Anytime he would get in front of the group, he would pretend that he was trying to make an effort to be friends, to be amicable. It was a lie. He wasn't reaching out to the girl. He wasn't trying to connect with her. He stood her up. I mean, it was just a mess, and she tried as much as she can. And now she's over it. And I think next week when we see their talk, she's going to give them the business, as she should. Who else do we have? We did Clare and Cameron. We did Becca and Austin. We did Brennan and Emily, Lauren and Orion. So finally, Chloe and Michael. He should have just walked away. I think Michael wanted the process because he was jilted and felt cheated initially, but he really didn't want to be a husband. Chloe didn't really want him initially, but I think after he put it down, she lightweight, wanted it. She cleared him in the reunion. She said, listen, you were in my life, then you got plucked up. I have no regrets. I'm glad you're gone. You made room for the right person to come in. She wanted a farm. She wanted 5 foster kids. He ain't want that life. He wanted to wear pink. She didn't like that. In a nutshell. And you guys, I think... Well, also, he never told his mama he married her, okay? When she asked what her new last name was, he said, don't worry about it. You're never going to have to change your name. In a nutshell, that was it. In under 10 minutes, you guys, okay? So that's all I got on the season. That's pretty much it. I will be back one more time talking about this season of Married at First Sight next week for the reunion part 2. Drop it in the comments. Let me know what your thoughts are, guys, and I will see y'all in the next video.